guys, so I'm back with a new video and let's talk about Abigail. So I know I'm kind of late with this one, but unfortunately this film is only being released here in Portugal right now, which is a bummer because it has been out in the US for a while and it's actually hitting VOD, I think, like yesterday. So I think it is available on VOD to buy and rent if you want to watch it. This might be kind of a spoiler, but I might go and watch it again, just saying. But yeah, so that's why this is coming a little bit late. But if you remember, this was my most anticipated of the year. When I was about to film this video, it was when they released the name of the film. It was already one of my most anticipated, when we only knew that this was a radio silence film, and when we knew the cast and what it was about. So I was already excited, and yeah, because it was my most anticipated, I had to review it no matter when I watched it. So I'm doing it right now, and yeah, I guess let's just get to it. So I'm gonna try and be really vague with this video, even though the marketing gave away a lot. I know I said something in my most anticipated video that I kind of think it's a spoiler in a way, even though it is out in all of the marketing. But I'm gonna try to keep that thing out of my summary and out of my review. So if you don't know anything about Abigail, you shouldn't go search for anything else. I'm gonna try to be as vague as possible with this review, because if you don't know anything, I think you will love this one like a lot more than if you've seen the trailer and if you know what it is about. So yeah, my vague premise of the film is that it's about a group of criminals that kidnap a little girl, a 12-year-old girl, ballerina, and the only thing they have to do is watch her overnight. But while they do that, while they're in this like isolated place, they discover there's something else going on. So yeah, if you've seen the trailer and if you've seen any of the marketing, you might know what is going on. But I'm gonna try again to keep that away from my review. What I'm not gonna keep away from my review is the cast. The cast of this film is so good. It was one of the reasons why I was excited about the film. Not only the directors, which I became a big fan mainly ever since Scream 2022, but they did Ready or Not, which I love, and they did the last Scream as well, Scream 6. So yeah, not only the directors are in common with the Scream franchise, but the main actress here is Melissa Barrera. Yeah, I became a big fan of her since Scream. But I also like all the other members of the cast. Like, I really like Dan Stevens, and I'm not really familiar with the little girl, Alicia Vare, but you might know her from Matilda, if I'm not mistaken. But this also stars Catherine Newton and Angus Cloud. So it has a pretty big cast, and the cast does make the film, to be honest. And since we're on there, let's just move on to my thoughts. So this film is one of those cases where, just like with Last Night in Soho, if you remember that review, I had to have some time to process the film, because it is my most anticipated film, just like it was with Last Night in Soho. So I have some difficulty to getting into my thoughts, because I'm just so hyped for the film that part of me really wants to love it, and then I have to like detach myself from that and realize what I'm actually feeling. But at the end of the day, I really like this film. It isn't like I would say there's space for a better horror movie this year, but so far I would say this is the best horror movie of the year. It's kind of a mainstream one, but not really. And I think the biggest downfall of this film really is the marketing and giving away that thing that is present in the film. I think if they kept that away from the marketing, it would be like really cool and really surprising if we didn't know what it was about. I'm not gonna say what it is just in case you don't know. So if you don't know, go watch the film because you'll be really surprised. Regardless, if you do know what it is about, I think there's a lot more to discover, and overall it's just a really fun ride. As I said, the characters make the film. I loved all of these characters, even like the bad guys. So I loved all of them, and I was like really into their relationships, and overall it's just, yeah, a really fun, exciting film with good characters, good acting, and tons of blood and gore. Like there's so much gore in this film, but not that gore that is, I mean, the way they did it, it doesn't make it like super disturbing or anything. It's just like shocking the amount of gore there is in this film. This one is really similar to another film that I can't really talk about, otherwise it will be a spoiler. But if you've seen this film, you know which one I'm comparing it to. So like, because we had seen this before, it wasn't super surprising. It wasn't anything like really new, but it was still really fun, and I really like that. And yeah, there's nothing really wrong with this film that I would say. It's just the marketing campaign that kind of ruined it a little bit. I was still really entertained and really, like, I had a lot of fun watching it. As I said, I still think this is, as of now, the best horror movie of the year. Yeah, there's definitely room for a better one, but I'm fine with this one being the best one. But yeah, if it wasn't for the marketing, this would have been a lot better. And just overall, there's nothing like really, like, there's not a big like stylization to this film. I do really like the score and the soundtrack, and again, I really liked the characters and the acting, and that to me is the best thing about the film, are like the characters and the actors. So yeah, it's slightly predictable, the film, but I still had a good time and I totally recommend it. Post that, let's get to my scores. So overall, I'm gonna give the film a 3.5 out of 5. Again, there's room for a better horror movie, but I'm really like content and like satisfied with this one, to the point that I'm thinking about rewatching it because I had a lot of fun with it. So I guess that says something. In terms of cinematography, I give it a 3 out of 5. I liked it, but I don't think there's anything special about it besides like the gore. And originality, I also give it a 3 out of 5. I think the concept is kind of interesting. It takes inspiration from other films. There are like elements from other horror movies, and it does suffer again from the marketing, because if we didn't know that little detail, I think this would have been like really different and really surprising. But I still have to give it some props because that concept was sort of new. But yeah, nothing really different. So yeah guys, these are my thoughts on Abigail. I'm pretty sure you all have already seen it, so let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you were excited about this one and how you felt about it. Let me know if you prefer this one or Ready or Not or Scream, like which of the Radio Silence films is your favorite. Let me know all of that in the comments. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in my next video.